What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today we're jumping into some more Orcs Must Die Unchained. This time we're going into the throne room, which I am significantly overleveled right now. I'd actually completed this during the 1.6 patch. We're in 1.7 at the moment, and I wanted to actually redo the solution because I did it with Smolder using both of the cook and bartender guardians, and all of their abilities have changed, or at least the guardians have changed significantly. Smolder has changed slightly. One of her abilities was nerfed, and so it's important that I show that this is possible in one of the newer patches before I put it out. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I am going to switch these around just a bit. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's worth it here now. I don't believe I have fire sale yet. Oh, that would be important. Let me take that instead. So we're going to take one with the traps and needs alone time. One with the traps gives me increased mana regeneration. Yeah, that's pretty necessary for Smolder. It happens near traps. Needs alone time gives me a 0.5% of health regeneration whenever I'm away from other heroes, and smashing deals will decrease the cost of the haymaker, the boom barrel roller, this grinder, and these floor spikes. We're going to drop the Spitfire wall for the brimstone, and we're going to use again the cook and bartender guardians. So let's see what we can do here.
Where there's smoke, there's me.
Alright, so here we go. Smolder's a character I haven't talked about a lot because I haven't shown a lot of gameplay with her, but it's pretty solid, and I have some like really old gameplay with her that was up on the channel for a while. I wanted to do something that will be a little bit more updated in the future with her so that people really know what's going on, but something that I'm still working on, and I'll get those out once they're done. But her passive ability is from the ashes. If she dies, she resurrects with 50% of her maximum mana, or yeah, 50% of her max mana, 40% of her max HP, and
Like making a campfire.
it's pretty solid. It makes it so that killing her isn't really the easiest thing to do, although it has a 2-minute cooldown, so it's not like she can never die. In addition to that, she has Incinerate, which is interesting. It is a move which, okay, it's all my money. It will set on fire or deal a large amount of damage to every enemy that is currently on fire around Smolder, and that can get pretty sizable as long as you use your abilities correctly. Her primary attack is a fireball, flies at a decent speed, sets enemies on fire, deals a small amount of damage over time in addition to its impact damage. Think of it as a slightly weaker version of the Fire Bracer. Right click is Dragon's Breath. Adds a like 100% chance to set everything on fire, even if they block the damage with a shield. It's good for setting crowds on fire. You can kind of strafe around with it too. And then her E ability, Incinerate, doesn't cost too much, but has a significant cooldown. It's 10 seconds base. One of the traits I have on is 10% reduction, so only takes 9 seconds here. And then Heart of Flame lets her move around and set everybody on fire. It does a solid amount of damage over time too, so do not overlook that. Its ability to set enemies on fire combos well with Incinerate, so it's actually excuse me, see this in motion, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, so the main thing is really to try to deal as much damage to this beard dude as we can, because he's going to regenerate a lot of HP otherwise. looks like we got the bear. Now, you'll see with me, like, just making a sweep through some of the enemies, a lot of them wind up dead. And that's part of what I meant about Heart of Flame being particularly powerful. It doesn't seem like it'd be super strong because it's a movement ability, but at the same time, it allows you to get so much of this, like, really unexpected damage off on your enemies that it's definitely worth it. Alright.
This will hurt.
And now I'm going to place these two floor scorchers up here. They're going to basically act as a sort of impromptu flip traps in addition to setting things on fire. I'm going to add mana reserves because of the way that Smolder plays, being able to have extra mana and use more mana when you collect motes is going to be super important. Alright, should have one of the bears coming around here now. And there's another. That should be all of them. Alright. And so I think I've demonstrated just how well Smolder dashing through enemies actually is. Does a good amount of damage. And I pretty much recommend it as a method of dealing damage later into the game. Alright, now we gotta go deal with these guys. The setup here is a little different.
Enemies are breaking through elsewhere.
First thing is to drop some bursty damage here. Then these are basically going to act as flip traps. And towards the end here, we put some haymakers, which have a chance of throwing enemies into the fire there, which is not the fire but the acid, which is great. It's basically what we want done. Alright, now that we got that guy down, let's try to make another pass at Max. And he stunned me, but he's on fire, so he's gonna die. We like Max dead. Yep. Okay, now these guys are gonna overrun our guy here, but we're gonna set a lot of them on fire. Okay. We basically got most of our damage done with Heart of Flame. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to want to do is flesh the rest of this area out with haymakers. And we're going to want to come over here and start building the crazy stuff that we're going to need over there. It'll make a bit more sense in a few moments. But it's basically going to be a small gauntlet. We're going to take endothermia for the dragon breath cost decrease. Alright. Now we're almost out of mana, so we're going to try to stay around a trap or two.
Like making a campfire.
To make sure that our mana stays up. Whoa, that guy almost made it through. Don't like that at all, but it is what it is. Alright, we're probably going to have to Unchained here. Really? Like, how? Alright, there we go. Not enough mana. We ran out. Gonna go ahead and pop the Unchained. We need the extra damage for these giants too. Oh, there's, of course, the mana. Nobody made it all the way around. Okay, looks like we should be alright. We dead, and now we gotta run. Okay. Finally, let's build out what we need here. It's going to be
This will hurt. They've summoned
4 grinders.
I like them.
This boss over here is going to be a bit of a problem if you don't deal with him quickly.
An unstable rift is open. Destroy it. Don't worry.
Now, Whoa, where the rift spawned near my guardian. That's kind of an issue. Okay, so I'm gonna fly over to where my guardian is. That's a problem too.
They destroyed our barricades.
Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff coming. We have a boss that's gonna be coming near our guardian too.
Heroes destroyed the unstable rift. And there was nothing.
Fire consumes all.
Alright, guardian's helping out, and then as soon as he drops, I'm gonna pop my heals because he's no longer draining my life. Okay. Alright. Get a chance to set up anything interesting here? Not quite. Alright, here we go. So,
Like making a
boom
nest.
barrel roll this. And
Don't worry.
more flip.
This
Whoa!
should stop.
Those are satyrs. No, they're gonna make it. Okay, they didn't. Nice. That was close though. Okay, I just need them
Destroyed our barricades.
to not get in. They destroyed more barricades? These guys are nuts. Alright, I'm going to take the cooldown reduction for... Wow. Alright, that chef or cook is really earning his keep here. Alright, I'm gonna Unchained again. Just because I need to make sure that these earth or fire elementals really don't get too far. And I'm not liking how far they got so far. It's really crazy. Okay, they destroyed these guys, so that's going back up.
This should stop them.
Okay, and we want to get the flips going over here again. We can make sure that we flip enemies this way and that way too.
There.
This is like a really long time for guys to get down here. I guess they wanted to make sure that they got them both coming at once. And let's add a second set of traps coming out here. Okay, so those traps are going to be flipping them every which way, and that's just the way we want it. We get to put a
Like
grinder
making a
here and
campfire.
here, and we can toss a haymaker over here, and we'll put the haymakers going back. Oh, those are fire mages. Fire mages aren't really super scary on their own, but the fireballs that they have deal a lot of damage. They're primarily made to basically deal high damage to guardians or heroes. So be very careful when you see them. Somehow we actually managed to keep everybody alive so far though. Kind of surprised. Oh, one thing that I can do here, which I haven't yet, is actually that. It'll explode in the air, but it should explode right above where they are. Let's see if it actually does it. Oh, it looks like it. Okay, two heavy guys. I don't think they'll both make it. Oh, he didn't even make it into the haymakers. Nice.
They've summoned a boss minion.
Alright, Sarge is coming. Let's put a brimstone there. Another floor scorcher. And the floor scorcher facing this way. There we go. Alright, nice. Don't think the Sarge is actually going to do too much.
Enemy's boss minion.
I guess we can do that. And this.
They've summoned a boss minion.
Every wave they've summoned a boss minion. Jeez.
Perfection.
Where's it coming from though? So we got explosives down here.
Unstable
They're not
rift is
gonna make it
opening.
anywhere.
Quick, destroy it.
Can we? Oh, nope, didn't manage to take hers out. Alright, what else?
Well done. Unstable rift has been destroyed.
Alright, no mana cost on Heart of Flame now. What that means to me is I can mash Q and spam it all I want. Now, hers is going to be really nuts, and you see how they basically just ran through the majority of everything that I have here. Just keeping these guys from completely mangling my Guardian here is going to be super important. Alright.
Our guardian has fallen.
So we're going to drop our next one. And what she does, I believe, is her ranged attacks stun. She can't stun everybody, though. But I guess the effect that the booze will have on you.
Fire in the void.
Okay. Oh, they actually managed to take out one of those. Okay. Let's flip them a little bit farther back. Get some more of these guys up. There we go. And we could probably put some more grinders along the wall there. I think that's what I'll wind up doing eventually. Whoa! Alright, I managed to die, so there's a whole lot of damage that happened to me right there. That's unique. The one issue that I seem to always have with physics traps is that sometimes when they're interacting with a minion in some way, it's pretty much impossible for you to do the same. Like firing at somebody caught in a haymaker usually just doesn't turn out well. Okay, now let's get those grinders set up. Once you actually get rid of the mana cost for Heart of Flame, mana becomes much easier for Smolder to deal with, actually.
I like
Actually, there's a few other things I can drop here. Let me put the rest of those up.
Watch out! An unstable
Okay,
rift
can
is
we get rid of
opening.
this before a problem happens?
Destroy the unstable rift.
Sounds good to me. That should help. This is a very, very large giant. Heavy armor giant, I guess? Does a lot of damage, too. And we got another Hogar. We're just going to let him get stunned to death. Alright, there we go. Wow, the Bartender Guardian seems amazing. I mean, the cook's good. But, like, for somebody, if you're playing ranged, or you need stuns, the cook seems like 100% the way to go. Alright, so we're about 4 minutes shy of par here. So I think we're going to get this easily. It's just a matter of staying alive. Alright. Alright, definitely not a problem. Not even worried about the archers.
Like making a campfire. They've summoned a boss minion.
Okay. really don't even care about any of the bosses right now. Their boss is Lysander. Lysander is kind of bad. I mean, he's not going to deal enough damage for me to have to worry about him. And he's not even going to make it far. There we go.
Lame resist.
So they sent them with heavy enemies. The idea is that you try to kill the heavy enemies first, and he'd resurrect them, in which case all your damage will be wasted. Just kill Lysander first. It is always the right choice. Do not let Lysander live.
I need healing. Hot potato.
There we go.
Only possible result.
So your only issue there is really going to be dealing with the fire elementals. You would do probably a bit better if you swapped out the vegetable of mending for something like, say, the ice amulet. If you have it, it is the only ice usable item or artifact or whatever they like to call them, gear for heroes right now. I hope that they actually make another one, kind of like they have two for fire, but that works really well. And there we have it. So it looks like we can still 5-star with Smolder. Traps did deal the great majority of the damage there, and they're not super high leveled. Alright, so I think I'm going to give maximum security a shot next. We'll see whether or not that works out. Other than that, if you guys have any questions regarding this map or the way that I played it, or you have any other suggestions for me, feel free to leave those in the comment section below. That is always appreciated. I try to answer those whenever I can for you guys. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and feel free to leave me any feedback on your difficulties or what you think of the stages. And until next time, have a good one, folks.